Hello, welcome to the mobility break. We are going to start with some twisting here. So arms just nice and loose by your side, and you're going to start using your hips to drive your arms. So arms are completely loose. Just let those hips twist from side to side. Three, two, one. Now we've got arm circles. Bring your arms straight up towards the ceiling and bring them back. Change directions. Next, you're gonna give yourself a hug and then open up. Make sure to change your arms. So now my left arm's on top. Now my right arm's on top. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to reach back. So keep your feet planted, take your arm, reach behind and hold. Switch sides. One more each way. Next, you're going to put your hands where your rib cage is. We're going to create a circle. So you're going to side bend and then you're going to create a rotation just so that the rib cage is moving, not the hip. You're going to change direction and do the same thing.
Yeah, you know what? Take it off. It'll be easier for me. Don't fight for this. And then just bring it next door.
Once you've done 5 circle rotations at the hip level, we're going to go down towards the pelvis, and then you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to create a circle using your hips, keeping the rib cage still this time, kind of like you're doing a hula hoop. Again, you're going to do 5 repetitions. Once you've done 5, you're going to change directions. Now you're going to take a pretty wide stance here. You're going to pretend that there's a bar, and you're going to try to get your body, you're going to try to get your body underneath the bar. So it's like this. You're going to go underneath as if there's a bar underneath your head, and then come back up, and then change direction. One more. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use our legs to get underneath the bar. So before we were just going at the hip, now you're going to go underneath, but you're going to crouch underneath, go underneath that imaginary bar. Come nice and low, do that again. One more. So next up, you're going to do some random lunging. So it doesn't matter if you do a narrow lunge or a wide lunge, but you're going to take your same arm as the same leg, and I want you to reach as far away as you can, and then change your legs and repeat that. So again, same leg, same arm. One more, and then we're going to change our arms. So your legs are still doing the same thing, but now it's the opposite. So you're going to twist across. Again, being very random with those lunges. So now we're going to lunge backwards, and then the leg that's back, you're going to reach behind. Okay, one more and then we're gonna change our arms. So this leg's going back, but I'm gonna take this arm and I'm gonna reach behind. So I'm gonna twist in order to reach. Change the leg, so now I'm twisting, reaching behind. Next up, we're gonna do 3 squats, and then we're gonna stay down and wiggle in the squat. So just go up and down 3 times. On your third one, stay low, and I want you to go from side to side.
Healthy brownies. We're done.
Stand back up, we got 3 squats again. On the third one, stay down. You're just gonna wiggle from side to side here. Maybe get a nice calf stretch. And 3 more squats. And last one, wiggling down. You can even open up the hip if you want. Anything that feels good. So next we're gonna start in the tall kneeling position. So you're on your knees like this. You're gonna stick one leg out. This is gonna be your anchor leg. We're gonna try to take our hands overhead and we're gonna try to reach away here using our strong core muscles. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Go again. 3, 2, 1. And one more. 3, 2, 1. So now we're gonna do a circle with our torso. So you're gonna turn away, you're gonna flex your spine forward, then you're gonna turn so that you're facing front and coming back up. So you can see I'm creating a circle with my spine here. One more. Okay, we're gonna change sides. Other leg is out. Make sure this leg is grounded. Arms go up. We're gonna side bend and hold for 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Go again. 3, 2, 1. And last one. 3, 2, 1. So again, we're gonna create those circles. So you're gonna face, go forward, and then come all the way up. Change legs again. So that leg out straight, this one bent. This time our arms are like a T. You're gonna lean forward or lean to the side. You're gonna tap towards the ground and then reach up towards the ceiling. You should be feeling this strong oblique muscle working. Other side, same thing.
It makes me so physically just like, no. It makes me actually physically ill to look at a screen that long. Yeah. Honestly, it's a torture. It is actually.
Next, you're gonna sit on your butt. Your feet are in front of you. You're gonna allow your legs to fall from one side to the other. Just swiveling side to side. If you want more of a challenge, bring your arms up. So now I'm going to teach you a get up. So make sure that you've got some padding underneath your legs. So once you're in a 90-90 position like this, all you're going to do is lift up your hips. Come back down, you're going to change your legs across, and then lift up again. Now you can stay here, or I'm gonna show you a harder version here. So now you're gonna lift up, plant your hand like what we were doing before, and then you're gonna kick the leg up, swivel the legs again, come on up, plant, kick the leg up. Again, if you don't want to add in that kick up, you can always just lift up into that 90-90. It's only if you need a little bit more of a challenge that you're going to lift up into the 90-90 and then kick the leg up.
No one likes to get up to and only a woman understands that.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more. Next, we've got a glute bridge. So with a glute bridge, you're gonna lay on your back, you're gonna have your heels planted. You should be able to touch it with your fingers. You're gonna lift your hips up, and when you lift your hips up, I don't want you to lift up the pelvis and kind of curl your body. You should be a full plank. So nice and tight here, you're gonna lift up, and you'll see that it's lifted up like a straight board. Now, you can stay here going up and down into the glute bridge. Or if you want more of an advanced option, you're going to stay up here, make sure your pelvis doesn't move, and you're going to kick one leg up towards the ceiling, and then kick the opposite leg. So it's a bridge march. So you could be doing the glute bridge where you're just lifting the hips up and down, or you could join me here with that bridge march. Bring the hips down. You're just going to let the legs fall from one side to the other. Now we're going to go into our second set of the bridge, but I'm going to add in another option. So option number one, you're just doing regular glute bridges. Option number two, you're doing the march. Option number three, you're staying up high. You're going to take your leg. You're going to lower it down towards the ground, bring it back up, but your hip can't twist, so it's got to stay level the entire time. If you're going to do this option, I want you to count to 5 on one leg before switching legs. And if you're picking any of the other options, the glute bridges or the glute march, just keep going. Lower your glutes back down, and then we're gonna windshield wiper the legs again. You're gonna come all the way over to your side now. Your hands are out in front. You're gonna create a giant rainbow over top of your head. As you do that, make sure your knees don't slide away from each other as you reach back. Feeling a nice stretch into your chest here and into your back. You're going to come back with that rainbow and repeat that. And one more. You're going to roll onto your back and then switch sides. And then we're going to do the same thing. So arms out in front of you, and you're going to rainbow back. And restart. Go back again. Back to the start. Last one. From here, you're gonna lie on your back. You're gonna give yourself a hug with the knees, and then we're gonna start doing a rock and roll. So you're gonna keep rolling back and forth. 2 more rolls here. You're gonna sit here. We're gonna do a cat-cow in a seated position. So your hands are either underneath or your thighs are onto your knees, your preference. What you're gonna do is you're gonna round your spine just like how we normally do cat-cow, and then you're gonna pull the legs in order to extend the spine. Going back and forth. 2 more like this. Next, we're gonna do a very slow roll down. So I want you to envision every vertebrae hitting one at a time, going nice and slow, really pushing that belly button down towards the ground. Once you hit your shoulder blades, you're gonna slowly start coming back up. So again, vertebrae by vertebrae, don't use speed to help you here, nice and slow all the way back up. We're gonna repeat this 3 times in total. Nice and slow on the way down. You can use your legs for assistance if you need to. Once you hit those shoulder blades, you're gonna come back up, really pushing around that spine. And last one. Stay down on the ground for your last repetition. You're gonna hug one knee into your chest. The knee that you hug into your chest, you're then going to pull across your body to feel a big stretch into the glute. You're gonna look in the opposite direction and hold. Bring the leg back to center. Now what you're gonna do is take your hands underneath your thigh, straighten your leg towards the ceiling and hold. If that's too easy for you, you can grab onto your toes and straighten out the leg. From here, you're gonna cross the leg over, you're gonna bend the bottom leg, and then you're gonna hug through into thread the needle. You should be feeling it here into the glute. Untwist yourself. You're gonna now lie on your right side. Grab your shoelaces of the leg that's behind, and then you're gonna pull back to feel a nice quad stretch.
No, you make some stuff probably. Mostly from here. All kinds of stuff.
Now the leg that you're doing the quad stretch on, when you go back onto your back, you're gonna hug your knee into your chest, and that's the leg that we're gonna pull across to the opposite side to feel a nice stretch into the glute.
All right, we're good.
Not my toast?
Come back to center. Again, grab underneath the thigh. You're gonna straighten out the leg and hold it. If that's too easy for you, you can grab onto your toe. From here, this straight leg is going to be bent. You're going to take that bottom leg and bend it. We're going to go through thread the needle where you grab onto your thigh, and you're going to hug that into your chest. Relax your legs. You're gonna now lie on your left side and grab onto your foot here for that quad stretch. Come back to center. We're gonna do that rock and roll again just to be able to come back up to a seated position. Once you're into a seated position, you're going to take one hand, put it on the opposite side of the knee, and you're going to twist back. Back to center, switch sides. We're gonna do this twice. Twist to the opposite side again. One more. So for this next one, it feels best if you're in bare feet. So if you take off your shoes, great. We're gonna start in a squatted position. So you're gonna come down, make sure that your heels are touching onto the ground. Next, what we're gonna do is you're gonna slide your knees down towards the ground. As you do that, my toes are flexed underneath. You should feel a nice stretch on the bottom of your feet. Really push your knees forward.
Hey, princess, you get out of here, so.
Now from here, try to lift your knees up at the same time as you go back into that squat. Drive the heels down towards the ground. Hold here for another 3 seconds. And then switch back, push those knees down towards the ground. You want to slide them away so you feel a good stretch into the back of the feet. Play around with it. I really need to push my knees forward to actually feel that stretch. Back up onto the feet. Back onto the toes for the last time. So you're gonna relax the toes this time. And this time what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach for your heel with your hand as you reach over top of your head with your other hand. If you have the mobility, you can go to the opposite ankle. And then you're gonna switch sides. So lift up really high towards the ceiling. You're doing a back bend and going back. Now if that's not accessible, your hands are just gonna come onto your back. And I want you to lift and then look over your shoulders so we get a little bit of a twist. So push those hips forward and look over. And if you need more of a challenge, you're gonna reach for that opposite ankle. Now, because we got the bottom of the feet, I also want to get into the shin. So you're going to take your toes onto the ground here and you're going to push them down towards the floor so you feel a stretch right here. Now, you can keep your knee straight or you can dive the knee either in or out to feel a better stretch. It really depends on where it's tight on you. I feel it the most with my knee kind of diving inwards. Switch legs, do the same thing. So again, I'm pointing my foot down. I'm on the top part of my foot as I do this. And I'm pushing it down towards the floor. Now you might feel it more with the knee straight or with the knee slightly out. I feel it the most intense with the knee in. Okay, give that foot a little bit of a shake. We're gonna finish up with some neck stretches here. So you can stand or kneel or sit, whatever's most comfortable for you. Bring your ear down to one side. And then we're gonna switch sides. Then you're gonna tuck your chin down. If you want, you can grab onto the back of the head and pull down. Bring your chin up towards the ceiling. You're gonna look over your shoulder. Opposite way. And we're gonna finish with a giant circle all the way down towards the chin, all the way up towards the ceiling. Once you come back to the center, change direction. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.